Hi, everyone. So my name is Allison. I'm the VP of Product here at TicketSignup.
I'm Johanna. I'm the Director of Marketing at RunSignup.
And today we're going to be talking about a pretty popular topic with a lot of the ticket events we work with, which is marketing tools, like how can you increase your ticket sales. And with TicketSignup, we have a variety of free marketing tools. And what we wanted to do in this webinar is really tie them all together and show some examples of how customers are leveraging our automated referral rewards program, free websites, and free email marketing. And then at the end of the webinar, we're going to do a demo. We're going to send out these slides, any additional notes after the webinar, along with a recording. If you have any questions while we're going through this, you can put them into the questions module. We're kind of monitoring them, and we will reply to them probably during the demo part of our webinar. So why did TicketSignup decide to offer a bunch of free marketing tools? We've noticed that other vendors tend to charge for these different features like email, or they have very limited website capabilities. But TicketSignup made the decision to offer free marketing tools. And I want to talk through a customer case study to explain how this helped them grow their ticket sales. So Harpoon Brewery is a popular brewery up in Boston area. And they've been using our platform RunSignup for registration for their Harpoon 5-miler and their Dogtoberfest each year. And they've been a customer since about 2018. And then they used Eventbrite for their large festivals, and they do a couple throughout the year, including Oktoberfest, St. Pat's Fest, and Harpoon Fest. And they were really looking for a lower cost, more modern solution. And TicketSignup's features like self-serve ticket management and the ticket app, which you can kind of see little screenshots here. This is an interval check-in report. They were very appealing features, plus TicketSignup was just a lot cheaper than Eventbrite and would help them save money. But what ended up happening was that they were really surprised to find out that Eventbrite's pitch to them that like attendees discover events through Eventbrite wasn't really true. And what they did was they used TicketSignup's automated referral rewards program to offer everyone who bought a ticket the opportunity to get a refund. And so they said, if you refer four or more friends that buy tickets via your unique referral link, we're going to automatically refund you $20 back. And what ended up happening is that they had over 1,799 referred tickets from this referrals program. So they sold 1,799 tickets through links that their attendees shared. And they only had to issue $3,220 in refunds because not everyone hit that threshold of 4 friends to achieve the refund. And those that did tended to refer many more people. And so what that meant was that they were bringing in about $31 in revenue for every $1 in refunds issued. And so that's an insane ROI on their marketing spend. And it's not just like spending money on a cold digital ad. What they're really doing is creating a warmer relationship with people that enjoy the Harpoon brand and really creating ambassadors, not just putting money into digital ads. And I think really the takeaway from this was that your brand is greater than Eventbrite's brand. And what TicketSignup does is that we give you free marketing tools to really highlight your brand. And we give you this automated referral rewards program that helps you turn attendees into event ambassadors. We allow you to feature your brand throughout all these different key marketing touch points, from the website to the referral rewards program to email marketing. Because all these features are free, we let you cut your email marketing and website costs, and we also help you grow your email lists. So I'm going to hand it over to Johanna now.
Yeah, so Allison kind of touched on referral rewards when talking about how Harpoon used them to grow the event. We're going to get into a little bit more information about exactly how referral rewards work, what kinds of events they're good for, and how you can implement a good program yourself. So to kind of recap that, referrals occur when someone who is attending your event, who has bought a ticket, convinces a friend or family member to join them. They are automatically given a unique tracking link that's just a URL that is shared with them after they confirm their purchase. And if they share that link with other people, we are tracking every person who looks at the event or signs up from the event from their specific link. We know that these work. We see about 5% of transactions from referrals each year. And that is, I think, very much an undercount of what is possible because it's based on a lot of people who will set up referral programs but never really promote them strongly. We've seen easily 10 to 13% can come from referrals when you really invest in the program. And the one other thing I want to call out on this page here is one kind of pushback I've gotten from customers before about referral programs is, how do I know that this isn't just people who were going to come to my event anyways, who are now cheating the system to get a refund? And we've done a case study on that to kind of check events who've used referral rewards heavily. We found about 78% of referred attendees were actually new to the event. So they had not attended, at least in the past 3 years that we had looked at. And so it is possible that someone could game the system, but even if that happens, the refund amount is so small that it's probably worth it to ensure that those 4 people come anyways. And most of the people that you're going to get will likely be people who wouldn't have come to your event otherwise.
And you're just continuing to create that warm relationship with people who bought tickets in the first place.
Allison's going to do a demo here, so if you can't see the screenshot really well, it's not really important that you see the setup screen really carefully. We just kind of want to call out how this generally gets set up is that you set your own threshold for how many referrals need to be made to get a refund and for how much money they get back when they set that up. When you do that, it's going to just kind of encourage people to share your event. Like we said, they may not share it to the extent of getting 4 actual referrals, but they will still have shared it at all. And the other thing that I think is useful to note is that a lot of events are really social. This not only means that people are bringing more of their friends, it means that they're probably going to have a better time at your event because they brought their friends, and therefore they're going to want to come back next year and bring even more people with them.
And then I think 2 additional notes on here is that the program would never refund somebody more than what they paid for in their ticket purchase. And it's, yeah.
You can finish saying it. Yeah, I think there are like main things that you want to know are that referral refunds, these words are really trippy here, are always automated. So you're never going to have to go in and actually make those refunds. The system is tracking how many referrals each person gets, and it knows when they hit that threshold and will automatically send them the refund. You'll have a report to see that that happened, but you don't actually have to do anything. As Allison was saying, like, if someone bought a $20 ticket and they have referred people to a point that would have gotten them $40 worth of refunds, that's not possible. We won't refund them more than they paid. And you can actually set that threshold to be even higher so that, you want to make sure that no one is refunded to below having paid you $10. The other 2 things we'll note, kind of on the logistics side, is refund reserve. This will happen automatically, but when you enable referral rewards, it will just keep back 10 times the total, or the high amount of refunds in a reserve, and that means that there's always money available to pay out those refunds when it's needed. But at the end of the event, you'll still get any of that money that's remaining in their back. And the last thing is that you can actually stack rewards. So if you want to encourage people to share, with 5 of their friends, but if they've done that, maybe you want them to share with more people, you can add additional refund levels. So you can say for each 5 people after the first reward, there is another additional reward, again, up until you get to the point where people have maxed out the amount they paid. Really quickly, this is a great program that we recommend for many, many events. There are a few things you want to think about before you decide if it's right for yours. You need to make sure a significant portion of the tickets are sold before event day. So if you sell 90% of tickets the day before the event, it might not be the best fit for you because people won't have the time to successfully refer people. Social events, just most events out there, but the more social it is, the more effective this will be. And you just want to make sure your cost is high enough for a refund to be meaningful. If you have a $2 ticket, people may not care enough about getting $2 back to share. High enough doesn't have to mean $100, $15, $20 is probably enough to be meaningful. which ties into best practices when you're setting these up. You want to make sure that your threshold is high enough that it is attainable and people think it's worth trying, but also that most people won't actually get there. So typically we see this being kind of between 3 and 5 for the initial refund. You also want the reward to be enough for people to feel like it's worth their time and energy to share the event. Again, we see that typically around $15 to $20 for the first refund. The other thing to know is that this is only as successful as you make it. People aren't going to automatically clue into the event. There are some automated things that happen, which is, on the social sharing side, when someone gets through the confirmation page, it will pop up and ask them if they want to share with their friends. And there will be some options to share by Facebook or just to text their friends directly with their referral link. But you want to make sure that they really understand why they're doing that. So you want to really clue in the referral rewards program on your website. Make sure you're including it in pre-event emails, or you can do a dedicated email to your attendees to remind them to refer. And just make sure that if you have any customizations you want to do to those social sharing pop-ups at the end of confirmation, you can do that to add some language around. Again, here's why you want to actually use this referral. This is kind of just to tie back to Harpoon and kind of touching on the things that we just talked about. You can see like they had this program really clearly highlighted on their website. And then they sent out some really nice emails in advance that specifically targeted getting people to refer, made it really clear what the benefit was and how to do that. Next thing we'll talk about is free websites. And there's kind of two ways that we see people using TicketSignup websites. One is just simply as a ticketing website. You have an existing website that you need to keep. The other is as just the entire website for the event, and it is capable of doing that because you can build out multiple pages and menus and submenus and really have a full content website. The thing that is useful either way is that it's going to build your brand recognition to have your branding on there no matter what. And the last thing I really want to note is that they're purpose-built for events. So that means there's a lot less manual updating you need to do because the websites are tied to your data. They know that you have a price increase coming up. They know what all of your information is. And so you don't have to always go in and make direct updates. You can kind of know that everything is already linked to your event and will be accurate. As noted, this is pretty quick. Always going to be your branding on there. I think other than a tiny little line at the very bottom of the page, it says powered by TicketSignup, you would never know that this is not your own website. You can bring your own domain or your subdomain if you want to do, beerfestival.com. That's probably taken, but if you have it, you can bring that domain over, or you could do tickets.beerfestival.com. And people, again, just assume that this is your actual website and they feel like they can trust putting their credit card information in there, which they can, because they feel like they're buying directly from you. There's just also never going to be any ads for any other events on the website, so you're always going to know that they're focused on your event. Allison will show a little bit of Website Builder. We're not going to go through it in depth because honestly, it's pretty easy to use. This is just to give you a quick idea how sort of intuitive and drag and drop the Website Builder is. You can add different sections with different numbers of columns. You can add your own components, and you can add images that you've either uploaded, or actually we have some system images that you can access that are just already in the image gallery library. So if you do nothing to your TicketSignup website, you're going to get a website that actually right out of the box looks fairly professional. This is an example of one that has literally made no updates. It has not done any customizations at all, and it still looks clean and professional. So it's nice to know that no matter how big or small your event is and how much time you put into it, you're going to get something that is pretty nice to see and people will respect. We do have some recommendations for a few customizations for pretty much any event. And the basics I think we would touch on are, adding your logo, customizing your color scheme. If you don't have your own, dedicated colors for your event, theming it kind of around what type of your event is. Is it a summery event? Is it an outdoor event? Is it a beach event? You can pick some colors around that. You can use kind of preset recommended color schemes, or you can bring over a fully custom color scheme. And adding a homepage banner. There are banners that are set up automatically depending on what type of event you say you are hosting in the wizard. So there should be one that is at least relevant to your event, but you can always add a little bit more customization by uploading your own homepage banner. When you're looking at components to add to your website, there's kind of 3 buckets that I look at as being important. First is to inform your audience. And so this is to make sure that you have all the key information about your event. Things like pulling in your event description, using text components to tell people what to do on event day, providing a ticket lookup, and that allows them to, at baseline, put in their email if they can't find their confirmation email and immediately get that back in so that they have their information to check in on event day. If you have any sort of ticket management features, it'll also allow them to access that. And we always recommend adding an FAQ page if you have a lot of questions. People won't ask you as many. And if you're getting a lot of these put in, you can set up your own menus and submenus to organize your information and make it really easy for people to find things. The second bucket we look at is creating some FOMO, using a lot of vibrant images, slideshows of images, YouTube videos. You can put a YouTube playlist in there. You can use some music playlists. And these are things just to like really make people feel the vibe of your event and really feel like they're gonna be missing out if they don't come. The last bucket I'll kind of note it's really important on your website is creating some sense of urgency. Some things you can use for that are going to be countdown clocks, how long they have to buy a ticket, how long until event day. Participant counts, I probably wouldn't add that until you have some people who have signed up to come. But if you have an event and you want people to know how full it is and how much fun it's going to be, you can add that to give people a sense that it's really worth signing up for. Donation thermometers, if you're collecting those, again, it's just a reason to say get involved now. Buttons are always really important for directing people to purchase immediately. And the other thing that I'll note is if you have more than one event, you can also add an event list. So at the same time you're promoting this current event, you can be promoting your other upcoming events. Only the events that you choose to show on that list will show, but you can also include those in your website. And a quick deep dive, Harpoon's website was not the most complex website we've ever seen. It was just very efficient and tied together the main elements well. Some custom branding, event information, highlighting their key programs like referrals, and then adding some photo and video content to make people kind of see what they're going to be missing out on. And these are very few examples of a lot of the websites we have. The main point here is just for you to kind of get an idea that it can be as custom as you want, and that you won't necessarily look at these and say, I know where this website is. It will look, however you want it to look.
Free email marketing is a really great feature and value add for customers. A lot of events are spending money to send emails via Eventbrite or email platforms like MailChimp and Constant Contact. And with TicketSignup, you're not just getting the value of free email, but you're also getting event-built email marketing. So just to talk about how events are using this, the Dungeness Crab Festival came over to TicketSignup this year, and they had old contacts from a previous ticketing platform that they used that they imported over. And so those nearly 15,000 contacts, they just put them into a CSV, uploaded them, and that takes less than 30 seconds on TicketSignup. And it's completely free. You can bring over hundreds of thousands of contacts. We've had customers do that. Over the course of their event, from setting it up and marketing it to post-event surveys, they sent 16 emails out, and they sent those to 104,000 contacts. And all that's completely free. There are no daily limits. There are no extra fees for sending a lot of emails. And TicketSignup gives you some basic analytics so that you're able to track the ROI on these emails. Because even though they're free, you can't send emails every single day and people just unsubscribe and you start losing your list. And so you're able to really track and understand like which emails drove ticket sales, which emails drove page views, what are the most effective messages for you to be resending and repeating. And so from their emails, they actually sold 723 tickets, which was over $26,000 in revenue. They also leveraged TicketSignup's free email capture pop-up. And this is something that's fully customizable and is featured on your free event website. And people that aren't quite ready to buy tickets are able to enter their contact information. And they actually got 475 additional emails that way. And emails are really valuable. So they're able to significantly grow their email list just by leveraging TicketSignup's free email marketing and free website combined. So a couple of different ways that customers are using emails. And first and most common is marketing emails. The real key is like creating a sense of urgency and FOMO, as we've talked about. And for these, we recommend importing as many contacts as you have. You want to feature a buy tickets call to action button. We recommend featuring an image or a few images that really highlight the value add of the event. So you'll see here the Tarhee Bluegrass Festival shared a photo of the event singers, and here you can see some festival ice rink pictures highlighting people having fun at the event the previous year. I think using different headings to emphasize the key messaging. And you can really use these emails to emphasize a sense of urgency through like a limited quantity, like tickets going fast, a price increase, get your tickets before the price goes up. And then I think these emails are also good because they do clearly include the event dates as well as the location. And these two different examples can be a little bit tricky to see, but I think you can still understand that these emails, like websites, are very customizable. These two emails are extraordinarily different looks and feels, and they are highly customizable. You can see like different columns in here, different layouts and images, different color themes that match the brand of the event. The other type of email is ticket purchase follow-up emails, and these are used for multiple different purposes, but they really leverage the dynamic lists that are automatically generated in TicketSignup. And so one of these examples is sending out a scheduled email to encourage people to share their referral link like Harpoon did. Another example is being able to set that up as an automated email. So for example, I want to send out a cross-sell email for my other events 3 days after somebody buys a ticket for this event. You want to keep these emails very targeted. And some of the ways that we see people using these follow-up emails to attendees are to promote their referral rewards ambassador program, promote other events, provide more information about how people can maximize their time at the event, or potentially upsell additional items. And then, of course, well, the one thing we hope that doesn't happen to your event, but that does happen, is weather and other weather-related type emergencies that result in you having to postpone, cancel your event. And this is an example from a haunt that uses us down in North Carolina that was impacted by the hurricanes. And they had to cancel a night. They sent out this email via TicketSignup's email marketing to all ticket holders that had a ticket for that night. And they gave them a link so that they could manage their tickets and transfer to a different date. And so they're able to provide a best-in-class customer experience. And again, that's really showing the power of this integrated event email marketing that not only is free so you can send these really nicely designed marketing emails, but also so that you can cut your customer service. And rather than spending like 10 hours on the phone sorting out people's tickets and issuing refunds, you're able to let attendees handle their own transfers. And then finally, the other really important bucket of email marketing are pre-event emails. And we see these getting sent and really emphasizing several replacement tags. Some of the key replacement tags used in these emails are the QR code, the purchase ticket summary, and here you can quickly see what that looks like when it gets replaced with the real data. So it's pulling in my actual QR code. It's giving me another opportunity to add my tickets to Apple Wallet. And you can also leverage these pre-event emails to provide additional event information like we do here.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about analytics a lot. We recently did some pretty in-depth webinars on analytics. But the one thing we want to note is, anytime you're using any of these, you want to make sure that what you're doing is actually successful. And a couple of ways that you can do that. There is Ticket Insights right on your dashboard that's going to show you how many page views and direct purchases came from from various sources. That will show you directly how many purchases and page views came from any emails sent from TicketSignup as well. It's worth noting that that's a last touch look, and so that only shows you people who actually purchased immediately from the email, not people who came to your site, looked at tickets, and then came back later. The other options that we have is there is a good integration with Google Analytics GA4, and that'll allow you to track traffic and conversions of your TicketSignup website. If you have an outside website, you can use cross-domain tracking to actually see the flow from your original website all the way up to TicketSignup to understand how people were finding your information. The last option is we do have some pixels and conversion codes you can add to track results right at the source of your marketing activities. Those are going to be things like Facebook Pixel, Conversion API, and the TikTok Pixel.
Yeah, and we can probably include a link to the GA4 series that we did.
We'll put that in the
so we did a series of 3 webinars that really dug into how your event can leverage Google Analytics 4. And now we're going to do a quick demo. And this demo is really just focused on bringing all these different pieces together, because I think that sometimes it can look like, oh, that's an overwhelming amount of content to have to set up. But I think what's so nice about TicketSignup is it makes it really simple to do. So this is one of our demo events that we put together, and it's a fall festival that's happening. And so what we're going to do for this is we're going to set up a referral rewards ambassador program. And so how you can get started is you can just start typing in referral, and you can enable referral tracking, and then you can enable refunds. And this is where you're going to define your program. So here we just put in the number of tickets we want people to refer, and how big of a refund and how much balance we want to make sure that they still have. So this could actually go down to $0 if I'm willing to refund them up to that amount. And we're just going to keep it at 20. That's kind of our recommended one by default. And we'll save that. And now we have our referral program enabled. But just enabling this is not really going to drive a ton of activity. Like, you need to take this next step to really promote it. And so the first thing that I would recommend doing is customizing an ambassador program for your website. And so what you can do is you can add a new page, and you can customize your ambassador program. And I did not pull this up ahead of time, but what I actually recommend is, like, if you have like a challenge coming up with your ambassador program, like, use ChatGPT. It's so easy. So I put in this like descriptor asking them to come up with my branded referral ambassador program for this Autumn Fest, and they generated all this content. I personally really like the look of emojis, so I always ask ChatGPT to add emojis to it, but then, obviously, like, read through it, make sure it all makes sense. But what you can do is come into the website builder and just paste that in. And then, it takes a little bit of time to, customize how this is going to look. You might want to center some stuff. You might want to like change the style. And that's all very, very simple and intuitive here. One of the things that I really like with our more successful ambassador programs that have really taken off is that they have included imagery. And so I think adding images can really emphasize like the fun or the group nature of your event. And you can easily upload, you can choose a past image that you've used, and then you can also, if you don't want to create your own image, you can actually search in our gallery. So we have a fall harvest set of images, and I like this one because it shows some people together, and you can choose how you're going to size that and align it within your website. And then we have this picture here, and we can save that, and then we can check out how that looks. And we have a page that shares more information about the ambassador program. And I think just emphasizing like the reward, the threshold of friends that they have to refer, and then how it works and how they can be successful ambassadors kind of ties that all together. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is email people about this. And so what we can do is we can either turn on an automated ticket purchase follow-up email. And when we do this, we're able to customize the content that people receive at a dynamic interval. And so this one, we're saying 3 days after somebody buys a ticket at 10 a.m., we're going to automatically send them an email. Alternatively, you can just go to send an email, and you're going to be able to schedule this at a set date so that everyone who has bought a ticket at that date is going to get included in the email. And this is a dynamic list. So all ticket purchasers is getting updated in real time as people are buying tickets. So, you know, you can add a subject, and then we can create an email, and you can start from scratch. You can use our basic template. You can bring over HTML, or you can create a template and use one that you've previously saved. The fast track way to do this is pre-built emails, and you can choose pre-built emails from a variety of categories that are kind of the ones we went through during the webinar. For this one, it's referrals, and so you can just pick an email that you like, and it gives you the content there. And it's kind of laid out with some design elements, and it really helps to fast track what that email creation process is like. And again, like, you know, make customizations as much as you want to. And like, I want, you know, this text here to be green. And it includes these like key replacement tags like referral code link, so that you're including that important information automatically. We could like increase the size of this. You know, we can add a little image over here, and we can grab a system image again from this fall harvest bucket. And let's use these nice pumpkins. Just update that. And that's it. So we've got this email, and then we're able to schedule it at a future date and time when we want to send this out. And again, that purchaser list that it's going to get sent to, if we're going to schedule this for the future, is just going to continue to update in real time, so that everyone who's bought a ticket between the time I've added this email and when it sends is going to get included on that. And then, you know, you can tie these things together. You can include a link to your website page in this email that's about the referral rewards. So you keep the email short, but provide links to additional information. And then TicketSignup's automatically making your referral program easy to use. So when people are buying tickets at the end of the purchase path after they've checked out, what's going to happen is they get a little pop-up, and it's to refer your friends, and they're prompted to refer their friends via popular social media platforms as well as text messaging. And then they can copy their referral link here, and you're able to also customize exactly what that text is going to look like. So if you don't like how that looks like and you want to make it more branded, we can override this default message and we can customize it. So really what TicketSignup gives you is a way to fast track any sort of marketing program you want to set up, whether it's scheduling out a series of automated emails, it's creating an informative, beautifully designed website, or it's, you know, creating an ambassador program and really leveraging those free website and free marketing tools to really fast track it and let it take off to drive real revenue for your event. And that's it for today. Kept it pretty short.
Yeah.
We are going to send out a recording of this webinar, and we'll send out additional links to content about email and websites and referral rewards if you're interested in digging into any one of those topics anymore. And then if you're interested in kind of replicating that fast track marketing program that we just went through in the demo, you'll be able to replay the webinar on that section and kind of follow along with it. So if there's any questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat or send us an email after the webinar. And I think that's it.
I think we're good.
All right. Thank you, everyone.